What's up, everybody? In this video, we're going to take a look at a couple of DC statues here, and to be specific, these are made by DC Collectibles as part of their Artist Alley line, and the artist that is focused on with these statues is Chris Uminga. I'm not really very familiar with his work. I only know of him through these statues here. And the two that I'm going to share with you were actually provided to me by a viewer. I had a viewer that was nice enough to gift these to me. And once again, thank you, Nick, for being so kind. So both of these are Superman statues, but one of them is in the style of Lex Luthor and his power armor. And then the other one is actually a glow-in-the-dark Superman, which I'll talk some more about that glow later on. And I actually at first thought that this Superman was one of the undead figures, one of the undead variants, but no, this is just a glow-in-the-dark variant there. And you see here that there are some other villains, basically. So there's the Batman one made to look like, you know, the Batman Joker, and then there's also a variant of Wonder Woman in the style of Cheetah. Those are pretty cool. The Cheetah, I think, is kind of easy to track down second market. The Batman Joker one is tough to find second market, and the value on it is really high. So I don't know if I'll ever have that one in my collection. It does look very cool though, but yeah, that one's tough to get a hold of. And then you see, of course, that there's also a glow-in-the-dark Batman and a glow-in-the-dark Wonder Woman. The difference with those though is that because their legs are shown, of course, you get more glow from them, but still the glow on the Superman is pretty cool. We will check that out in a little bit here. Now, like I said, you know, of course, we're looking at variants, and these are store exclusives. So the Lex Luthor came from GameStop, and then the Superman, this glow-in-the-dark Superman, came from Box Lunch. I want to start off here by focusing on the Lex Luthor variant here, and I gotta say, I do have some nostalgia for Lex Luthor and the power armor. I don't know when I first saw him in that suit, but I just remember really liking the look of it as a kid. And in general, I like Lex Luthor as a villain. As a matter of fact, my favorite comic book of all time is Lex Luthor, Man of Steel, and I'm serious about that. I've read a lot of comics, but that is my absolute favorite of all time. So this particular statue, it is numbered. I have number 314 out of 1,000. I didn't even realize that there were only 1,000 of this variant, so that is pretty cool. And taking a look here at the actual statue, of course, it's more like Superman than like a true Lex Luthor power armor statue or power suit. But I mean, that's understandable because again, it's a variant. But for this being a variant where they basically just removed the hair, you know, the hair is not sculpted on, of course, and they changed up the colors, I think they did a really good job of making this look like a legit Lex Luthor. I love that they had like the purple shading around the eyes and the way the eyebrows are done. It just really makes him look very evil, and yet at the same time he has kind of that smirk going on. I really like that, you know, that expression with the character. And of course the colors are done really well, the colors of the power suit. And it's amazing how you know, how much, like I said, this evokes the character of Lex Luthor, despite it just being a Superman variant, because of course he still has the S on the chest. You know, that's something that they maybe could have changed, but I understand it with this being a variant why he still has the S on the chest. But yeah, regardless, this does look pretty cool. And I did want to take a look at here, you know, this statue next to the actual power armor. Although I will say there are different versions of Lex Luthor's power armor. You know, different artists have had different interpretations on it, so it does change some. But you know, I mean, the green and purple stays pretty consistent with it. And like I said, the colors look great on the statue. So again, overall, you know, DC Collectibles did a great job with this, and I do like Chris Uminga's art style. And let's go ahead and check out the Superman here as well. The Superman one, I think when I first saw these statues, I saw the Batman, Superman, and Wonder Woman at the same time. I do think the Superman stood out to me the most, just as the one being most like, you know, a good representation of the character. He has sort of a tough expression on his face, and I kind of like to see Superman that way. You know, not always the classic Boy Scout, so I actually like that expression on his face there. This statue is numbered as well, and this one is number 376 out of 1,000. Now, looking at the statue itself, again, I think it's a great representation of Superman. Like I said, I had to get used to Chris Uminga's art style, but yeah, this really grew on me very quickly. And You'll notice also, I gave praise to the expression, and it really is, it's kind of funny that the Lex Luthor looks more nonchalant than the Superman does. The Superman actually does look angrier, but again, I like that. I like when Superman gets a little bit on the scary side, because he really is a scary character when it comes down to it, the amount of power that he has. And that's why I love that story, Lex Luthor, Man of Steel, so much, because it really does focus on Lex Luthor's point of view and the way that he sees Superman. And I mean, yeah, when it comes down to it, Superman can be scary. Now, of course, because this is glow in the dark, you know, it has the green skin going on. Again, that's something else I like about this, though. I think it's fitting with Superman because of the whole kryptonite thing. And if you know about Superman, I mean, you know that there's different types of kryptonite that can affect him different ways, including some that actually do make him angry and make him more of a threat. So yeah, I find it interesting to actually see him with the green skin. And then here is that glow, and I think the glow is magnificent. Like, it really stands out a lot. I know, you know, only so much of it can be captured on video, but I think it's highly impressive. Of course, the you know, the S symbol lights up his hands and his face. Yeah, it just looks really good. It does make me wish that there was even more glow to the statue, but again, he only has so much skin that is exposed. So, you know, like I said, with the Batman and the Wonder Woman, they do have more glow going on, but still, this is pretty impressive. And something else I really like about both of these statues is, of course, you know, they're very cartoonish, and they have just those little lines like beside the mouth and around the eyes and things like that just really give it more of that cartoon feel. And I like that you can even see that with the glow here on the Superman. You can still, you know, tell that this is a cartoonish figure. That is pretty awesome in my opinion. So here's that side-by-side view of the statues together. Again, you can see the similarities between them, of course, because it is the same body sculpt and basic head sculpt, you know. So, of course, there are some changes. Obviously, again, Lex Luthor does not have that hair sculpt going on, which I like that hair sculpt on Superman. You know, it's kind of different from what I've seen with him previously, but it still instantly looks like Superman, though. I gotta give props to the artists here, you know, with and the sculptors, because with the painting of the gloves on the Lex Luthor, I mean, I honestly thought that there was more differences. Initially, I thought there were more differences with the sculpt, and then I took a closer look, and I'm like, wow, it really is just the paint. You know, the different paint on the hands and the wrist to really make it look like legit gloves on a Lex Luthor. So just a detail like that, I appreciate it. I mean, they did a really good job with the paint job to differentiate these from each other. So I really like both of these statues. I'm pretty impressed by them. And I definitely want to hear from you all, you know, which of these do you like the most? And, you know, would you consider picking up any of these? Like I said, you know, initially, I wasn't sure about the art style, but it really has grown on me. And it has grown on me to the point where I think I do want to get a couple of more Chris Uminga statues. I definitely want to get, you know, one of the Flash, at least one of the Flash variants, either the, you know, the standard Flash in his red costume, or the Black Flash, I guess you would call him. I'm not really sure exactly, but that one looks pretty cool. And I think that one is actually a Foot Locker exclusive, which might still be available on the website. In fact, I think a viewer pointed that out for me, and I forgot to check it out, but I definitely will to see what the price looks like on there. I definitely want to get one of the Batman figures as well, and those are some cool, they have some cool variants for the Batman also. I just want to make sure I get at least one of them into my collection. So yeah, like I said, I could see picking up a couple more of these, and I'm just a big fan of DC collectibles in general. So yeah, thank you all for checking out this review. I know my statue reviews are not necessarily the main draw on my channel, but I always appreciate it when people take the time to check these out, because more and more I'm just falling in love with statues. I see myself adding a lot more into my collection. I'm a huge fan of DC collectibles, like I said, especially their Artist Alley line, and I appreciate how much they really allow artists, to be creative. I just can't give them enough praise for that. I think that is really awesome, and something I'd like to see, you know, even more so. You know, I'd like to see that with Marvel characters as well, you know, and there are some companies that do some really interesting things with Marvel, but yeah, I think there could be even more. So, you know, I really like to stretch, when people stretch the designs of the characters and what we, you know, think of when we think of those characters, playing around with that. Yeah, I just really appreciate that. But yeah, I'm not gonna ramble on here again, thank you all so much for checking out this video. Let me know, what you've picked up recently. Are you considering picking up any statues, adding them to your collection? Just share whatever you want to down in the comments. Please drop a like if you enjoyed this quick review here. Comment, whatever is on your mind, and subscribe if you are new to the channel. And I'll talk to you all again real soon.